What was he in for?
For theft.
What did he steal?
Money. Came home, everything was fine. Then he argued with his wife and hit her. And that's it. Then he started wandering around. They began drinking some railroad liquid, and his liver failed.
Useless?
Useless. I put her in rehab. Well, that's it. Then things started rolling. I went to work. My classmates went to jail.
For what?
For theft. We hid with him. There were already many people there, some running back, some already wounded, some evacuated, some with missing legs, some wounded, some with fingers torn off, some killed. I was talking to him on the radio. What are you doing? He says. Why are you needed at all anymore? Either you'll surrender or spill everything. It's easier to just make you a 200 and be done with it. We've done it so many times, erasing our soldiers.
Why?
So you don't get taken prisoner and tell everything?
Then let me kill you now.
Don't do it.
They'll kill you later. But what content it'll be? Well, nothing. You'll be in prison soon.
In Russia.
Huh?
In Russia to prison.
Where do you want to go? Has anyone here ever been in prison?
Yes, that happened.
It did. Introduce yourself to the broken Samsung camera.
This is confidential information. You don't need it.
Born in 1986.
Born in 86?
Yes.
How old are you exactly?
39.
39. Do you consent to the recording and publication of this conversation?
Yes.
How many times have you been in prison?
Once.
Just once?
Served a short prison sentence.
Served a short? Do you have any brothers or sisters?
No brothers, they all passed away.
All of them?
Only one sister is left.
How many did you have?
4.
Were all of them killed? Oh. Were they older?
Older. One was killed in the city.
Okay. What did the first one die from?
The first one was killed back in the 90s, early 90s, when they started accepting metal. He was transporting money and metal, went back home with the money and was killed along with his partner.
They took the money.
They were robbed.
Robbed? Where are you from?
Lavian settlement, Lavian district, Chita region.
Chita?
Chita region.
Chita region, the second brother.
The second one also got out of prison, got involved with the wrong people.
What was he in for?
For theft.
What did he steal?
Money.
A lot?
1.5 million.
Wow. When was this?
This was in 2004. He got 8 years.
Did he serve it?
He served it.
All 8?
He served every day of his sentence. Came home, everything was fine. Then he argued with his wife and hit her. And that's it. Then he started wandering around. They began drinking some railroad liquid, and his liver failed. And the third one had something wrong with his head. He fell into a coma in 2023. He fell into a coma. It was hot. They thought it was a heat stroke. They took him to the hospital, but he never recovered.
The fourth?
The fourth. The fourth, me?
Oh, you're the fourth?
Yes.
Yes. Sister?
Sister is at home. She lives there.
Why isn't she dead?
I don't know, not sure now, but she was alive.
Did she drink?
Well, she was drinking, yes.
Why?
Well, I don't know. Just wanted to, I guess.
Every day?
Drank every day, yes. I took her to get treated. But it was pointless.
Useless?
Useless. I put her in rehab.
Does she have kids?
No kids. My wife and I have 4 kids. We talked, went, picked her up, took her, arranged to put her in rehab. She was there for half a year. She was discharged. We went, my wife and I picked her up. She lived with us, was fine, didn't drink. When she got back to Valyansky district, she started wandering and drinking again. We arrived, the house was a mess, cold, the stove wasn't lit. She was drunk again, got involved with some bums. We took her again, brought her to our small parking lot. Gelatin. And that's it. She lived there, didn't drink, then she left, and I went to the military operation. I don't even know now.
Wait, we'll get there. So, 3 brothers dead, sisters an alcoholic. Do you have a father, a mother?
No, they passed away in 2000. Mother died in 2000.
Why?
Heart attack.
Father?
Father left us, walked away.
When?
When mom died, he didn't even bury her. Left Yulia and me. She says she's older than me among the girls with my sister. He left us, didn't bury mom. Our sister-in-law took us in. The sister-in-law took care of us. Was like a mother. She raised us. We went to school with her and lived there. Then I left to work.
Wait. You're rushing too much. We already covered brother, sisters, mother, father. So what's your education?
6 grades.
Why just 6?
Didn't continue studying, got expelled from school.
Why?
Started causing trouble.
What did you do?
Started making trouble at school, not listening during lessons. The police were called on us to the juvenile room 4 times. Then they said to expel us from school.
They expelled you.
Expelled, yes.
What's next?
Well, that's it. Then things started rolling. I went to work. My classmates went to jail.
For what?
For theft?
That's all?
Yes.
How many were there?
6. I'm the 6th.
In the class?
Well, there were 40 of us, 6 guys, and the rest were all girls.
Was this at school?
Yes.
Was your class really like that?
Yeah, 40 people. We had a big school.
40 people, 34 girls, 6 boys, 5 criminals, and him. What was your job?
Assistant to the head shepherd in agriculture.
How old were you?
My mother died when I was 13, and I left when I was 14.
What's a shepherd? Tell them.
A shepherd takes care of livestock, looks after sheep, cows, horses, and the camp. I was officially the assistant to the head shepherd, his deputy. I started out simple, then I was made deputy to Yoshni.
Yoshni?
Yes, the head shepherd. I was considered the assistant head shepherd, junior shepherd on the farm, responsible for the livestock, everything. I worked on the farm for 6.5 years.
What happened next?
Then we left, had a falling out with him. I left with his wife, had a falling out with him and his wife.
Which wife did you leave with?
From the owner.
Did you run off with his wife?
No, he got jealous of her with me. I argued with him, packed up at night, called a car, a taxi, and went to Olovyansky district. In Olovyana I hung around, had some fun. We robbed a store, got arrested.
What sentence did you get?
The guy got 4 years. I got a 3-year suspended sentence because he took the blame and I was involved as an accomplice, got convicted. I would leave Solovyansky district, traveled, then checked in. He did his time, got out, started looking for me, and found me. I decided not to get involved with them anymore. I said, enough, this prison won't give you anything good. I left to work at the camp and ended up staying there.
How long did you serve?
I served 1.5 years.
What did you do time as?
As a man,
When did you finally get out?
I was jailed in 2006. Got out in 2007.
Got it, alright. What did you do next?
I left to work.
When did you get a wife?
My first wife appeared when I was 15 or 16,
Wait, the first one, how many did you have?
and this is the 4th.
How many kids do you have?
4.
From each one?
No, from 1.
From the last one?
Yes,
How long did you live with the first one?
I lived with the first one for 6 years.
What about the second?
I lived with the second one for 3 months.
Were you officially married?
No, I was with the third one for about a month. We started living together. Then she began to drink, party. I said, I'm not going to live with you. She came home drunk again. Her friends brought her. I said, that's it. I'm packing up and leaving. She didn't believe me, but I got up in the morning, packed my things, and a guy came to the neighbor. I asked him about work. He said he'd call and find out if they need a worker. Someone will come for me. He called right away. They came for me at noon after lunch, around 3 in the afternoon, I think. Uncle Ilya came for me. And that's it, talked to him. He said, will you work for me? I said, yes, I'll work. I got in with him and left. I haven't seen her since. I haven't been back to that village.
Understood. What did you do for Uncle Ilya?
I worked for him as an assistant to the head shepherd, same as before. Drove a tractor, then he made me a full tractor driver, got on a big one, an 82. Drove, mowed hay, transported it. Hay silage, I hold it all.
From when to when?
That was from 2010 to 2015. I worked for him for 6 years.
Got it, When did you find your last wife?
There, when I was working. They brought them, they came with her friend. We had a lot of livestock, no milkmaids. They brought them, started milking cows, making cream. I met her there.
Where did they get them? Where did they bring them from?
From the village of Seoka, Liba, Zanon district.
It sounds like some sort of human trafficking. They went there and found them.
Yes, that's how it is there. They drive, go to the village, ask who wants to go to the camp to work. There's no proper work there. In the villages, we have none at all. In the villages, there's no work at all. And in the cities, the city loves money, but there's no money to live in the city. You have to rent an apartment. You have to rent everything. You need money. And so I hooked up with her there. The first time I visited her was in May. I met her mother. Her father was sick. She said, maybe you could quit the parking lot and move in with me. I said, how? There's no work, nothing here. Maybe we can figure something out. Then this guy arrived, Lyoka Kashnikov. He has a station, a complex. He also runs a farm. He's a sole proprietor. He came over, we talked, and he said, come here, live, you'll work for me. What do you do? I said, well, that's how it is. He said, I heard you worked as an assistant senior shepherd. Come work for me. He tells me, you'll be driving a tractor. I moved to him, packed my things, quit my job, got my settlement and left. I called him, he came, picked me up, and I went with him.
And at that time
I worked for him.
From when to when was that?
2015. Well, it was 2016 to 2017. From 2017 and up until now, I've been working for him.
And already 4 kids?
Yes, 4. I have 4 kids. I took her in. She already had a daughter, not mine. The eldest one, Lyubashka. She's working up north now. And Lyoshka was little. 2 aren't mine, 2 are mine. A boy and my girl. That's it. We got together, started living normally. I worked. She got a job at a kindergarten as a nanny. First, she washed floors at the kindergarten. Now she works as a nanny, an assistant nanny. She's a junior nanny. The youngest friend works in the kindergarten. We earned a bit from the animals. That's how we lived. Her father died later. Now she only has her mother. Grandma is sick too, my mother-in-law. And so we lived fine until Zhenya came and he started. Now I regret coming here myself. Studied, worked, earned.
What happened? How did you end up going to war?
Zhenya, my friend, came home on leave because of his kids. But his girl came with him, a friend of my wife's. My wife called me, said, come over, Zhenya's here. I said, who? She said, Zhenya Manserov came back from the war. I said, okay, I'll be right there. Started the car and went. Arrived. They had actually already talked in the canteen. It was the girl's birthday, her sister's.
What did he say about the war?
Well, he said, we're fighting, it's fine, things are okay there, we're running, fighting, shooting, and you guys are just sitting here. And we were sitting with the guys, the 4 of us. He came out to us on the street, we were sitting on the porch smoking, and he started calling us names, using colorful language.
Like what? Can we use bad language?
You can.
Go ahead.
Whoa, fucking bastards, fucking bitch, fucking coward, stuff like that at us? Yeah. Fucking bastards will sit under women's skirts like whipped men, he started. Why henpecked? The guy sort of clammed up, fell silent. I said, I'm not henpecked. He said, let's bet, will you go? I said, I'll go. We argued about it. He said, what are we betting? I said, what do you have? He said, okay, either you owe me or I owe you 500,000. I said, let's do it. We shook on it. The guy split us up. He said, will you go? I said, yes, I will go. The next day, or maybe 2 days later they took him. He went back to Ukraine to fight.
Ukraine?
But he went to Ukraine with the 5th company. I went to my son, the eldest, to visit. I arrived there. They were sitting near the village council. I found them. I called him. He said, "Come over. We're sitting near the village council." I drove there. They were sitting near the village council. They were sitting in a crowd, drinking beer. We started talking. The head of administration was passing by, and I blurted out. I said, "Where do they sign contracts for volunteers to be sent to Ukraine?"
To Ukraine.
To Ukraine. That's it. Olga Nikolaevna heard me. "Do you want a contract?" I said, "Yes." "Well, let's go to my office." I went into her office. She immediately pulled out the forms, put them on the table, said, "Read." I read them, signed, and within half an hour, a car came for me, picked me up, and took me away.
When was that, when you signed the contract?
This summer, in June.
In June of 25?
Yes, in June of 2025.
So he gave you 500,000?
No, he still owes me.
Did you tell him?
Yes, I already saw him here when we were brought here.
And what did he say to you?
He said, "I'll get the money and transfer it to you." I said, "I don't have a card, so transfer it to my wife instead." He said, "Sure." And then they were taken away again.
Which unit did you join?
I'm with the 136th 6th Battalion, 3rd Company. Sailors Assault Brigade.
Once again, when did you sign the contract?
In 25, in June, around the 5th or 6th.
You signed the contract on June 5th?
Yes, June 5th.
When were you captured?
July 26th.
July?
Yes.
A month and a half later?
Yes.
How many combat missions did you have?
Just one. They brought 18 of us, including Yenisei, to the village.
Which sector was that?
Donetsk region. This village, there's also a tower there.
Well, Donetsk region.
Yes. That's what he told us. You'll take us on motorcycles, they'll drive us there, and there will be a settlement where you'll sit for reinforcement. Just sit there, no fighting, no shooting, nothing needed.
Did they deceive you?
Yeah, he tricked us. We got there, and they just dumped us off the motorcycles. It was already night. We were the last pair to arrive. Yes, he's gone to the RDK now. Partner.
Did he go to the RDK to serve?
Yes, he transferred.
And who captured you?
The RDK guys took us.
Ah, the RDC guys took them and him?
Yes, they took him first. When we reached the edge of the forest with the others.
Okay, let's try that again. It was a bit unclear. When did you set out on the mission?
At night. First we trained at the ranges for 2 weeks. Then we were brought here and we didn't even have time to eat. A Ural came, loaded 18 of us and 2 motorcycles, and they took us to Malaya Ukrainka. Everything there in Malaya Ukrainka is also destroyed.
Such a cool town.
And that's it. We were unloaded there and reloaded into a small Ural, a cut one. Armored. Everything there was shot up. The tarp was also shot through, full of holes. And we asked, "Where are they taking us?" He said, "Don't worry, they'll bring us from the settlement soon."
When exactly were you being transported?
We were taken on June 24th. While we were being transported, we stopped by a store, grabbed some food and cigarettes. And that's it. We were taken, reloaded there, and without a word, moved to another village where they took all our belongings, our civilian clothes, and didn't even return our documents. They took all our phones. Later, they returned our phones. We were loaded into small vehicles, carts. They were like cut-down Nivas, just with 2 seats. No roof, like pickup trucks. And they took us across the fields. There was already a path worn there. They took us to another village, put us in ruined houses, and the next morning began taking us out 2 at a time. Someone called Round came in. His call sign was Round. He introduced himself by name, said he wouldn't tell us his real name as it's forbidden, so he would be Round for us. That's what he said to us.
Like some kind of commander?
Yes, he was just in a tunic, no epaulets, nothing at all on him. He was wearing slippers. He had dirty pants on. and started taking us out 2 by 2. They didn't let us leave the enclosure. We were inside the enclosure. He told us not to leave the enclosure at all because drones were flying around. Don't go outside at all. Stay inside the house or only go as far as the enclosure to use the toilet, then back into the corridor. Please stay in the corridor. Nah. We stayed in the corridor. The guys who needed to use the toilet did so, then came back. We'd boil some tea. He brought a gas stove, that's all. There was no light, nothing, but there was light from the power station.
So when did they send you and your buddy out?
They sent us out 3 days later. They took some of us out, but we stayed behind.
When was that? Was it already July 1st?
Yes, we were taken out on July 1st, the last ones, along with Andriuka and Chubus. We sat and waited. He told us, maybe you won't even be taken here, you'll wait for the others. But since he lied to us, Spira led us away, took us to a neighboring house 2 houses away. They armed us, gave us ammunition, gave us 2 grenades each, gave us a tube like a grenade launcher, 1 for 2, gave us rations, we put them in our military backpacks. We took 5 bottles of water each, got on motorcycles. Some guys we didn't know brought out motorcycles, they put these balaclavas on their heads.
Balaclava?
Yes, got on them.
We could make a dictionary.
On those motorcycles, they took us to a stop, unloaded us there, told us to follow the road, turn on the radios, and we'd be told where to go. We went, but he told us to go to the right. We walked on the right side, crossed to the left side of the road, and moved to the right towards something similar. He told us to move towards something similar. We told him that when he got back in touch, it was already dark because we couldn't see anything and we didn't know the road. We told him, let's spend the night here, in the forest strip. But he told us to wait a little, we'll move on soon, there's already a group ahead. Wait a little. We sat there, hid in the bushes, drones started dropping things, explosions and shots started. We hid with him, there were already many people there, some running back, some already wounded, some evacuated, some with missing legs, some wounded, some with fingers torn off, some killed.
How many of them were there?
Probably 10 to 15 people already.
They were just lying around?
Yes, they were already lying there, asking for help, but how could we help? People were already torn apart, bodies were lying around, and we kept moving. Andrei said maybe we shouldn't go, but he herded us onto the stubble like cattle. He drove us there, who knows where.
What's your name?
Alexander. He herded us together, and then he just said,
Why do you use like cattle? Aren't you cattle?
No, I mean, they herded us like cattle.
So you're not cattle?
Yes.
Why did you go to war to kill us?
I didn't even think we'd be killing here.
Didn't think? Did you decide to answer for Drunken talk?
Yes, I wanted to prove that I'm not a coward. In front of him, as he called us names, I wanted to show him. And when he saw me, he was stunned. And we met in this village when he came with his fingers torn off, entered the yard and saw me. And he was stunned. He just turned pale. Even his face changed. And the guys who were with him asked, why did you turn so white? He said, no, it's nothing, and left. And I never saw him again. And that's it. Andrei and I went straight. He told us to go through the fields. We went through the fields. There was some passenger area. As he said, similar. There was a big tower. We wanted to go there and spend the night, but he refused us, told us to keep moving. We walked all night. By dawn, he told us to dig in at a forest strip and be on watch. We dug holes and lay down. We stayed with him for 3 or 4 days. Silence. We heard a tank somewhere.
What did you eat?
We ate what was in our backpacks, drank the water, and had nothing else to eat. They told him over the radio they dropped us 2 small chocolate bars, a pack of these cookies, some berries, and a small pack of raisins, and nothing else, half a pack of cigarettes. And that's it, we had nothing else. Then he told Andrei, ordered him on the 5th day, he ordered him to go without a bulletproof vest, take off all armor, put down the rifle, take off the helmet and run 400 meters. There was water and food. He took everything off and ran. Since I couldn't anymore, everything was failing me, I couldn't run anymore, I told Andre, don't, maybe we shouldn't go. He said, I'll go, at least I'll bring some water. He ran. Then over the radio he says to me, Shurik, a stranger hit me, I've been wounded. I said, yeah, I heard the explosion and I heard the drone fly past. Then there was an explosion and he shouted, I'm done, I'm 300. I wanted to rush to him, but he forbade me to move, told me to stay put. And after that, I couldn't get through to him anymore, not even over the radio to that very person. And then he spoke up. That's it, he's done for, you don't even need to talk about it anymore. I'm talking. Alright, I spent 2 more days in those forest strips, I had a packet of crackers left and I gnawed through it. And then he sent me to our people, he said. Our people are further on, move to the right, cross the road. I said, alright. It was daytime, around 11 in the morning.
What day was it by then?
It was around November 15th or 16th. He said, you'll move now, and when the drones stop flying, I'll come and lead you to our people. But he didn't arrive and lied to me. They set the fields on fire. They burned our forest strip already. And it seems they just wanted to destroy me or something, but I have this feeling they wanted to get rid of me. They were burning the forest strips, and the forest strips around were burned. I lay in that ditch, put out the fire where I could. It passed over me, nearly suffocated, but it got a bit better. I was talking to him on the radio. What are you doing? He says. Why are you needed at all anymore? Either you'll surrender or spill everything. It's easier to just make you a 200 and be done with it.
Did they really say that to you?
Yes, he said that to me over the radio. If it's easier to erase you, when he later told me. We've done it so many times, erasing our soldiers.
Why?
So you don't get taken prisoner and tell everything.
Interesting. No one has ever said that.
He said, there's no way back for you. They won't let you out. Either you'll be killed or captured.
So that no one gets you, we'll kill you ourselves.
Yes, yes. We'll just write you off and tell your relatives.
What will you say, my relative?
That you were killed, that's it, you're gone, you're a 200. Or you're just missing in action.
What happens next?
Then, after some time, it got dark. I was already thinking of going back or surrendering, as I couldn't take it anymore. Didn't want to eat or drink, nothing. I only had cigarettes.
So did you get to Andriuka?
No, I didn't get to Andriuka. He reached out to me around 10:30 at night. On the radio, they started shelling the edge with mortars so I wouldn't leave the forest strip. From the forest strip, when it burned, the trees there were still breathing. There was fire from both sides, so I wouldn't go into the fields, wouldn't escape through the smoke. A drone started, drones were flying, they dropped loads twice. Twice Baba Yaga came flying, dropping nearby, trees flew past me. I prayed to God that I wouldn't get killed.
Do you believe in God?
You believe there when it starts bombing and exploding nearby. Big trees like this fly past you, and the ground is in chunks. There, however, you believe in everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's all, and it was already 10:30 at night. It seemed to have stopped, but the drone kept hovering above me, like it was watching to see if I was alive or not. I was lying in my ditch under a drone cover, and he told me over the radio, "Come out. It's me. I'll take you to our compatriots now. Lev and Vasya are there." I said, "Yes, lead me." I crossed the field, crossed the road to the right, moved to another forest strip. "Here you are," he said. "Move straight along the forest strip. You'll find a pit." They're sitting in the pit there. I started moving, but since it was already night, I went to sleep. I got up at 5 in the morning, and I found their bunker. The 2 of them almost killed me, almost shot me there. I climbed in with them, said I was one of their own. I went into them. They said to me, "Where are you from?" I said this and that. I explained everything to them, that I was sent to them. They each gave me a bottle of water. I drank, went and got my rifle, came back, brought my backpack. They were hungry and filthy too. "Do you have anything to eat?" I said, "No." Do you have anything to smoke? We smoked, sat down, smoked a cigarette each, and then they started pounding us in that bunker. They started shelling us, drones started flying and bombing. But somehow they couldn't. We put up a net and the drone couldn't fly in. We closed the door so it wouldn't fly in. But it managed to make a hole and then flew into us. Those, you could see the incendiary grenades in there. One flew in and exploded inside. And that's it. And then there was dust, smoke. Then they shout, "Surrender, Russians, or we'll shoot into the ceiling." They started shooting there. We pressed against the wall. I said, "That's it, guys. Let's surrender, or we'll be killed here." They didn't want to surrender, like Vasya, the oldest among us, was sitting by the door, not letting us out. Lev and I were pressed against the wall, but then I couldn't stand it. Pushed him into the doorway. I said, "Surrender." We already threw away the automatic rifle.
Why didn't you go first yourself but pushed him?
He wouldn't let us out. He pressed his back against us. We pushed him. He sat down and braced his feet against the wall. I said, "I won't let you." And he started pulling the grenade, but couldn't. The pins were bent. He wanted to blow us all up, but couldn't. We pushed him into the passage together with force. He was the first to be taken out. And we went out. They immediately laid us down. "Guys, don't be afraid. Everything will be fine. And don't do anything. Lie down, take off your vests, take everything out of your magazine." We took out the grenades, handed over the bullets. They went in there, into the dugout. The guys from the RDK pulled out our rifles. They took our stuff, put it in backpacks and said, "You're captured." Well, captured by the RDK, they told us we were all prisoners. Okay, we undressed. They laid us down next to each other.
How many people are you?
3 of us.
All 3 were captured.
Vasya, me, and here he is with me too. They laid us down, covered us with branches. I even asked, "Why cover us with branches? Because now your drones will fly, see you, and simply kill you, and that's it. Your own will shoot you."
Out of the 3 of you, one went to the RDK.
One of us, yes, went. No, he went ahead. The one they took, Andryuka, when they brought us. They took us away. We stayed with them overnight. Also in the dugout where they have these points, we spent the night. They fed us, gave us tea. Everything was fine overall. RDK guys, no, they didn't touch us. Right away they told us nobody's going to touch you. But if you try anything, as they say, you'll get it right away. Got it. But how we...
Why don't you want to join the RDK?
I don't know. I want to go home.
They'll kill you.
Well, they'll kill me. They'll kill me.
Then let me kill you now.
Don't do it.
They'll kill you later. But what content it'll be?
Content?
Well, yes.
No need. Why?
In the end, when did you get captured?
The next day. On the 26th, they brought us on the 25th. On the 26th, they took us away.
Well, you were already captured.
Yes, we were already captured. On the 26th.
He has a funny accent. So, Sanya, you went to kill us because you wanted to be a dumb kid, right?
Yes, I just wanted to prove that I'm not a coward.
You're not a coward?
Yes, how he called us names.
And the fact that you surrendered, you're not a coward?
Coward.
So how does it turn out? So who are you in the end?
Coward, of course. But still, in his eyes.
What did your wife say to you?
The last time I talked to my wife was back at the training ground. They took our phones, SIM cards, and even our cards there. The sergeant even took us there and made a card here in Ukraine.
In Ukraine?
In Ukraine, yes. He drove us there.
And took the card?
Yeah, they took our card and even the phone sensor.
And the bank card?
And the card, later he returned the card to us, but they didn't give us back the phone. Then they gave us the phones, but not the SIM cards.
Was the money stolen?
I don't even know. They already took our phone cards here. They said you won't be needing these anymore. And when they brought us here to the village right here and saw that he was captured. And when we crossed over and were being taken somewhere, they told me right away, "Your buddy is there." I asked, "Who?" "You know him." "Who did you come with?" "Is it Andryuka?" "He's alive, don't worry. He's alive." "How can he be alive? They killed him." "No, he's alive." And even Yenisei told me he was killed.
Получается, they're not picking up the phone. Why?
I don't know. Maybe they're sleeping. There's a 6-hour time difference. They brought us here, and I saw him right here.
Got it.
Andreyuka.
I saw.
Yes.
Did you like it in the war?
No.
Why?
No, it's better at home.
Better at home?
Yes, I even regret coming here.
Home is better. You know what awaits you, right?
I know.
What?
They already said. Either death or prison. No third option is given, just those two.
No, you're still awaiting assault.
Assaults?
Of course. There are recidivists in captivity.
Yeah, he mentioned it, told me about it. In brief.
Do you think he's lying?
No, of course not. No, I believe him, this guy.
Why not believe him?
I believe him.
He has a regular SIM card. He doesn't pick up.
Maybe she's sleeping with her daughter.
Asleep at 10 p.m.?
She could be sleeping with her daughter.
Why are you talking like that? Is this some kind of code? Does everyone speak like that?
Probably. I haven't noticed.
Hello, still trying to reach. Don't hang up.
Looks like they won't pick up. Here, record this. Записываю. Record a voice message.
The subscriber isn't responding for now.
Well, that you're in captivity, alive and well, so you're listed for exchange. Speak.
Allah, it's me, Sasha. I'm alive in captivity. We were simply captured. Right now, I don't know when. Submit all documents on my behalf that I'm in captivity, so they don't list me as missing in action. I'm alive and well, everything's fine. They treat us well here, everything's fine. Don't worry, Diaz.
This is for everyone who says the RDK aren't fighting. How did the RDK behave? Did they treat you well?
Yeah, they did.
How's their training?
Really good.
How is it different from yours?
Completely, 100%.
What exactly?
They have good armor. And not just that even. When we got to the dugout, I looked around. They have plenty of food. Everything is fully stocked. All rations, they have everything. And water. Not like with us, we have nothing. And they have good weapons. Good armor. And their relations are generally good. I liked it there. They're young guys too, Russians. There were 3 Russians. We talked, they treat us well, their relations are normal, their team is united, really friendly. Even when they brought us here to this village. We also stayed at their house in the village. They fed and gave us drinks, let us smoke. They even gave us hot tea, boiled it. We even had kebabs with them.
Okay, she's still not answering. Let's do one more for good measure, you see?
Got it.
I didn't make it up.
Of course.
My task is for you to show up and say you're alive.
Understood.
She was online 8 minutes ago. You see?
She's been online 9 minutes ago. I'm talking now.
Traditionally, our prisoner of war addresses his countrymen, whether they should go to war or not.
Guys from Chita region, anyone who sees or hears me now, don't even think about going to war. There's nothing good here, it's all lies. What they tell you, what they promise, everything will be fine. It's all a lie, sending you like cattle to the slaughter. They're simply sending you to the slaughter. There's nothing good here. Guys, please don't go. Better to stay home. I'm honestly telling you, I've been through this myself. I know what lies are, and I've seen everything here with my own eyes. What's happening to our guys? Where are they sending them? They're just sending them to the slaughterhouse. There's nothing good here.
To the slaughterhouse. Please like this video, leave a comment, because your engagement helps promote the video in recommendations. Also subscribe if you haven't, or check your subscription, because YouTube has started cleaning up channels and is unsubscribing inactive users. Lifted, hugged, flipped, and put back in place. Any questions?
No.